Travis Wayne Goodsell. So, you've already seen the morning video, right? I woke up to that inspiration to skip this video for the news from last night. It is horrifying that Mormons are gang affiliated as members. They don't give a damn about the doctrine or the theology or the scripture. They're in it for life, whether right or wrong. They don't care about the controversies. They don't care about the inconsistencies. They don't care about the lies. Mormons who are still Mormon are vessels of wrath and hate, and enforce that wrath and hate with violence and crime on anybody who will not believe the lie, who will not stay loyal to the criminal operations of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Yesterday, I was hoping to put in the link to Wordtree, where an anti-Mormon, antichrist, apostate Korihor did a whole website going over the late war in the Book of Mormon. But Google decided to cyber terrorize it, prevent it from being made available to be seen. Error number 500 or some crap like that. And so I am well aware of this cyber terroristic technique. It has been used numerous times over the decade. In the beginning, when I saw it, I'm searching around trying to figure out what it is, how do I bypass it to access the website. And everybody, without fail, always rush to say, well, you got to clear your cache. So I did that. Yeah, it never works. It's just a bunch of dumbasses just playing games with people online. Never works. So when I see that now, I already know it's a cyber terrorist attack on Google. Using Google, Mormons were cyber terrorizing this anti-Mormon, antichrist, apostate Nehor Korihor from showing that the Book of Mormon is nowhere near true, as Mormons claim it is. But Mormons and anti-Mormon, antichrist, apostate Nehor Korihors of the ex-faux Pi-Mo persuasion are at the extremes. Neither side wanting to actually do the real research to find out the literature of the Book of Mormon, and by extension Joseph Smith and his scriptures, visions, for example. It is horrifying that everybody picks their gang affiliation, and the war of words goes nowhere, as each side uses their own spiritual witness feelings of faith promotion or doubt promotion to stand their ground. So, while I was out and about this morning, I wanted breakfast. I wanted chocolate. Marie Callender's raised the price of their pies, so that sucked. Milk! Oh my hell! It's an additional 50 cents for the discounted milk. Oh my hell. Trump! Nonetheless, I was going over in my mind about the second Passover that I came across in my video the other day. Whether it was yesterday or 5 weeks ago, I don't remember. Every day seems like a dream. It was a 3.5 hour video, wasn't it? Nonetheless. Made a new pretty picture of it and been using that in videos since. It comes from Numbers chapter 9. That's why it's not on the Jewish calendar. And I don't understand why, because it's Jewish. It's not like the second festival of tents in the fall, Sukkot, where the second one is for the house of Israel, not for the Jews. So obviously that's not going to be on the Jewish calendar. But this, Numbers 9, is Jewish, even though both are from the scriptures. The other one is from Kings, I believe, if I remember correctly. And so it occurred to me, oh yeah, Pentecost, 50. Because I was going over in my mind civilization for this video, and how the Jews in the Torah have certain things to take care of the poor, in which the poor and the homeless can have free access to any fruit that falls to the ground. Only that which is still on the vine, still on the branches, they can't touch. And if they do touch it, then they're stealing, and then they get punished for a potential prisoner sentence, for which every 50th year they are set free. They get an automatic get out of jail free every 50th year. So even if they've still got so much time left on their sentence, if they get to the 50th year, they go free. So then, of course, they have to set it up so that if a person tries to commit a crime right before the 50th year, the Jubilee year, as it's called in translation, they wait to prosecute them until after so that they can have a 49-year sentence. So if you know you got caught, you need to commit the crime to at least allow for a sufficient amount of time at the lower end. And so then that triggered Pentecost, 50. Oh yeah. And so I was thinking, wait a minute. We've got Shavuot, Pentecost, for the Jews, using the Koine Greek version, which Christians stole, on the 8th of Sivan, the 3rd month in the religious calendar, which is interesting that the Jewish website for this, that yes, also is cyber attacked by the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints with an error, which other people say, just clear your cache, Travis. Bleep you. Shut down the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints and you'll be amazed at how much your life is freer. Dear God, people. So it's on May 24th this year. That is Pentecost. And it shares with the Christian Pentecost because of the calendar date of the Jews. Different than our calendar that we use, thanks to the illiterate Pope. Really? Septem, Octem, Novem, Decem. You didn't know what they meant? So instead you bump them up a couple of months so that September is now the 9th month instead of the 7th. October is 10th rather than 8th. Oh crap, I'm doing math in my head. And December is 12th rather than 10th. Thus 11th rather than 9th for November. Really, Pope? Seriously? You're that illiterate to make that kind of drastic change? And most people fall for it, because growing up as a kid, I didn't know until I took the course, or the class, that one day, I think it was 4th grade. So it would have been Sampica. She also taught us about the Roman numerals and how to add in Roman numerals. And so yes, she was the one that informed us with the Latin lessons. Septem, octem, novem, decem. Actually 7th month, 8th month, 9th month, and 10th month. And yet, because of the Pope, everything's all screwed up. And it becomes the new normal and everybody becomes stupid. Dark Ages. Just like the creation of Christianity. 325 CE. And Pope Leo was 4 months late. I was on top of it even last year, or 2 years ago now. Back in 2024. I was telling you. It's next year. Is the Pope going to prepare? Is he going to do a celebration? Going to make a big deal about it? Oh no. Oh crap, he's dead. Will the new Pope talk about it? Because it's now. He got put in from conclave when it was going on, that 1700 year anniversary. Nope. Forgot. What the hell, Pope? What the hell? And then 4 months late, after I'd moved on, he comes out and confesses, yeah, we were formulated 1700 years ago, and we are the prophecy fulfillment of Daniel chapter 2 of the feet of iron mingled with clay that shattered. But we need to get the band back together when hell freezes over. Yes, automatically declares his church as false. And yet, yeah, I just saw in 60 Minutes on Sunday with the YouTube clip of it, that Catholics are converting in greater numbers than ever. I guess if you want more people to join, you tell them the truth that you're a fraud. Right, Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints? Rather than covering it up and hiding it. Because that tends to piss people off and they leave. So maybe you should go back to telling the truth about how you're a fraud, and maybe you'll get the numbers back up again. Unbelievable. So, yes, with Shavuot, there's a story from the book of Ruth. The great whatever number of grandmother of David. And none of these are literal history. Remember, Constantine turned everything into literal history with his first creed of Christianity. Then he went back home to mommy, the Queen Helena. I will never forget now. And so she said, ooh, I'm going on vacation. And so, yep, she did a whole tour of Palestine and began, which is horrifying that nobody catches this. Palestine came from the Philistines, who were the sea people who came from Greece to occupy the land. And so instead now you've got these Saudi Arabian Islamists under Muhammad, who are the survivors who fled when Persia came and conquered Babylon, who are now rising up with their militant death cult of sexual deviance, a gang, and swept the land in the Middle East. And so what do they name the land of Canaan, which became Israel, which Philistines, Palestine, Seriously, guys? It's not even from Babylon, let alone Persia. Use the Philistine name to steal? You can't do anything original, Muhammad? Dear God. And so, yes, Islam will never admit that they are bad and evil and wrong, like the Pope did. Now he's getting lots of converts. And the church also is losing Mormons. Not membership record numbers, but the seats. They're empty. And everybody's leaving. And so, yeah, Ruth takes place during Pentecost. Sukkot. Or not Sukkot, Shavuot. Just call it Pentecost, it's easier to say. 50. So there's symbolic significance in that, because it's not literal history. Nonetheless, I then remembered the second Passover from Numbers chapter 9. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, If any man of you or of your posterity shall be unclean by reason of a dead body, or be in journey. Mormons have no clue how a real seer operates. They just stick with Oaks. They don't care how false and how Oaks ordered you to love Satan at the pulpit of his solemn assembly conference on Easter. And then a week late, finally coronates Goliath Jesus on his throne. He just makes it too easy for me. And that's why, is because he is overly confident that there will be nobody watching my videos. Ding. Exactly. The criminal operation of this evil church. Getting other people to commit crimes on their behalf. And they just forgot, I guess, that the devil never supports his own. Never, 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 never. And so I was curious, is there a second Pentecost, therefore? Because it can't be Pentecost for these guys, because this is a month after. So if it's 28 days after, it means that there is 22 days left. So there can't be 50 for these guys. I can't find anything on it. But if this gives Oaks an excuse to extend further, oh hell no. Hell no. He's extended far too much. Because that would mean, oh dear God. Now we got to figure out, okay. Yeah, it's the 1st of May to the 8th of May is the last day of the month. And so then dear God. So 6 times 7 is 42. How do we get 50 from this? It's the first day, right? But yeah, that's right, because it was supposed to be on Friday, but that's the Sabbath, and so they bumped it to Sunday. Oh dear God, I gotta do math here. At least I'm looking at it. And so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then the 1 for the Friday, and then it gets bumped up. Okay, so we don't have that situation for the second one. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and it still would be on the Sunday. Okay, so the 21st of June would be the second Pentecost. Down first before I then go in. We don't have the paper for this. So June 21st, second Pentecost, 21st June. So what I also found very curiously interesting this morning while out and about, we won't do Ruth today. We probably should do Ruth for Shavuot, assuming that we have to because of the extensions. I mean, even Trump, dear God, he's still pulling the stunt. And the news is still falling for it. Yeah, we've got a deal working with Iran. Yeah, they want to make a deal. But J.D. Vance just failed. What do you mean they're wanting to make a deal? No, they're not. Don't lie to us again. Oh, the news didn't catch on? They're still falling for it? They're still suckers and losers? So yes, it's all about pumping and dumping the stocks. Everybody knows, except for the Antifa press. Insider war profiteering trading. Hello. Antifa covered this in the news when they first got caught on. Late. Oh. Oh my God. So, yes, the Book of the Law is proof that the Book of Mormon is not literal history. It does not prove that it is false altogether and we must burn the book. That's the extremist position. Mormons go berserk. Oh, that's what I meant to check. That's what I meant to check. I meant to do that. I didn't. I mean, we can check now, because this is also one of those sites that the church will shut down. We can check. We can check. Probably should do it now before this video gets released. Oh, no, this is okay. They've ensured that they won't be tampered with. Cool. I don't think so. Seriously? You're not letting me do that, huh? Okay. So we'll have to do snapshot for snapshot and then create a whole thing for it. So, any of you who in the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, Brigham Young created new names. The Book of Mormon has King Benjamin talking about the new name of Christ for those who got baptized. Brigham Young created a whole thing in which instead, when you go through his secret of endowment, there are new names. And apparently he started with every female was Sarah and every male was Abraham. And yet, okay, I don't need that. Do you know why he chose only Abraham and only Sarah? Give you a hint. Section 132. He hadn't written it yet. That would be put in the year before he died for his final Doctrine and Covenants. And finally replacing Joseph Smith's monogamy section. 101. But he was doing that in his endowment, where he was sealing Joseph by proxy to all of the women he was falsely accused of having been married to in his lifetime, or having raped, adulterated, blah, blah, blah. It was Brigham Young. And so everybody who says otherwise is lying to you, because Brigham Young wrote the documents of the sealings and the dates of the sealings. Nauvoo Temple. The endowments were all in, well, they started in when the temple was finished in December of 1845. And then in 1846 in January, Joseph Smith starts getting sealed to all those women. He's dead. And so yes, all you need to do is tell me when the date when you got your new name was. And if you don't remember the day, you can just tell me the month and the year, and whether it was the first, second, third, or fourth, or if there's a fifth day in the week. You're not quite sure when. It was Friday, sometime in May 1777. And I can tell you your new name. I've got that magical power now. But everybody who's an ordnance worker, they know. They don't have to take you through the veil. They don't have to be Jesus pulling you through the veil, or Heavenly Father, depending on your interpretation. They don't have to be Adam or Eve. Every single ordnance worker is told that day the new names for the male and females in their starting meeting. And they have shifts. Ordnance workers don't work the whole day. It's a certain time period. So yeah, there's starting of the temple. The ordnance workers are in their meeting. How do you know this, Travis? Yeah, you don't care to know, do you? I'm just an anti-Mormon, antichrist, apostate, Korahor who stopped studying his scriptures. And you know better than me. Yeah. Why are you Mormon if you aren't even going to study? Why? So when the temple tells you that you got to keep it a sacred secret and tell nobody, there are a lot of people who already know. They don't even have to be in the temple you went through. They could be in any other temple as an ordinance worker, and they will know your name. Because the leader of the church, yeah, he makes the change. Still hasn't made the change yet, have you, folks? Nelson didn't do it when he was supposed to. It was back in 2024, he was supposed to get the new names. I did the videos in advance. It has not been changed. Still keeping them. And so a whole bunch of people know the new name. It's not a secret. And yet you're told it's a secret so that only you can pass by the angels who stand as sentinels, being able to give them the key words, signs, and tokens of the holy Melchizedek priesthood and gain your eternal salvation. Take that, Mormons. And so, yes, I joke about how, as an anti-Mormon, antichrist, apostate, Korahor, I know the new names, and I can sneak into the highest degree of the celestial kingdom. Here I am. Where's my 72 child bride virgins? Oh, crap, that's Islam. Get out of here, you imposter. I mean 10. I meant 10. Too late. Get out. The whole thing is a fraud because he ran the test, right? The morning video. Still won't do it, huh? You want to be a gang. So, are you a Playboy gang member? Guess who I saw on the bus today? It's a Los Angeles gang, and oh my God, they're here in Salt Lake City, Utah. Isn't that interesting? Do the cops in Utah know this? Are they on your list of gangs to be aware of in the state of Utah? Chief Red, hello? So we'll go over this. Playboy's 13 Gang, also known by the acronym PBS, Peanut Butter Sandwich 13, is an American street gang founded in Los Angeles County, California, and extends to areas in South Central Los Angeles and Orange County, California. The gang also goes by the Spanish term conejo, which means rabbit, rabito. Conejo, or rabbit gang, to identify itself, because they're speedy quick, or they breed rapidly. They align themselves with a prison gang known as La M, or the Mexican Mafia. So you know all about this, police, right? I'm not telling you anything new. Gang unit here in Utah. Because of their affiliation with La EME, while in prison, they set aside their rivalry with other Southern California gang members known as Serenos. So we won't do the history, we'll go to the culture. Although location, yeah, we need to cover location because they're not known for being in Utah. The original West Side Story Playboys gang is still active in West Los Angeles, California, despite a gang injunction against them. They have also had sightings in Antelope Valley area in Southern California. Their main territory is in the area around the intersection of Pico Boulevard and Fedora Street in LA's Olympic Division. Interesting. There's a Charlie Sheen movie about this. Various other Playboys cliques have been established due to migration of members from Southern California to various other states. Orange County Playboys, Yakima, Washington, has one of the largest Southside Playboy barrios outside of California. Recent reports place the Playboys gang as far as Memphis, Tennessee. West Side Playboys have cliques in Burbank, North Hollywood, Palmdale, Canoga Park, Lancaster, California. While the South Side Playboys have cliques in Ensenada, Mexico, Eugene and Portland, Oregon, Omaha, Nebraska, and Tacoma, Washington. East Side Playboys stick mainly to their original territory with a clique in Fresno, California. And so, no, they're not known for being in Utah, and there I was on the bus. On the bus. Get on the bus, the Double Dutch bus. And there were some gang members. It's on camera, just so that you guys know. If you don't know that they're here, if you don't know, and so the way you identify them is through the tats. They have the one main guy who's getting the tat Playboy across his back, his shoulder blades. But they also have the Playboy bunny right there on the neck. Playboy, Hugh Hefner, Playboy. They have a very strong sense of territory and family. Oh, genealogy, the perfect Mormon for Utah. They're just good returned missionaries. So here's their criminal activity. The Playboys' main revenue source is selling marijuana, Mary Jane, on Fedora and Normandy, and at the New Hampshire and Pico, Fedora and Pico. They also engage in murder, drive-by shootings. That's been picking up in Utah. Assaults and arms trafficking. Are you sure you know about these guys, right? Police departments here in Utah? Because it was West Valley into Salt Lake that the bus traveled. Just saying. You're focused on massage parlors and porn, and maybe you miss these guys. But most of their criminal activity is around the sale of marijuana, which is still is it ketamine? The pills that you guys keep catching in great numbers and still keep catching great numbers of it. Oh, and it comes from Mexico? Oh, China, huh? All other cliques outside of Los Angeles engage mostly in street-level distribution of narcotics on their main source of revenue, or Gail Miller's concentration camps of hell of human trafficking, using the homeless as the pushers, compromising them as homeless. I did the inside reporting on that, and they weren't happy with me that I reported on them. Why is that? It's a crime. You want crime in that concentration camp of hell of human trafficking from Nazi Germany psychologists? Really? Gail Miller. However, they are still heavily engaged in other criminal acts. Washington State, there has been a lot of media coverage regarding the 2011 shooting at a car show in Kent, Washington, that involved Southside Playboy members. There was another incident in Eugene, Oregon that made headlines where Southside Playboy members were facing a multitude of charges, as well as a shooting incident in Portland area of Oregon that resulted in the death of an innocent man. Like most other street gangs, the Playboys also engage in vast amounts of graffiti throughout the neighborhoods. Yeah, that's for recruitment purposes. We found out about that here in Utah in a trial of a gang member where a witness was talking about how the gang recruits, and the gang member, "You're revealing the super sacred secrets of the temple, of our gang." And he rushed to kill him, handcuffed. And the court guard, can't remember what they're called now, shot and killed him right there in the court. Bleep you! Case dismissed. Let's see. Breaking the gang has been difficult for police. Seriously? The tattoos! Hello? There was another one who was covering up his tattoos, but he let you know with his baseball cap with the pink Playboy bunny on it. Why is it hard for you when I just go, oh, there's one, there's one, there's one. You've got cameras, and still you can't figure this out. Because there is no direct leadership. And he just, dear God, you guys are just stupid. Of course there's a direct leadership. There's always a gang leader. Gives out the orders. There's a level of command. Always. Rico, come on, people. If you did your work on the church to shut them down, you would have known this. So that was my morning. How was yours? So, yeah, as much as we need to talk about David versus Jesus Goliath, I found it hilarious that people who believe Constantine pull a Mormon apologetic thing for Christianity as they're trying to claim that I should have both. Why is it just the one? Where's the other one? Where'd it go? What are you doing? It's just the one. It should be both. Oh, there it is. No, that's the video. Oh my God. I took a snapshot of both. Where are you? Oh, that's right. You were, okay. Yeah, it would be over in this file. Go away. I clicked on the X. Go away. There you are. Much better. Okay. So yes, I had 3 shutdowns or freezing of the cameras before I actually started the video, because I knew better, having gone to the church's site to see if there was any extra news from last night that they wanted to post today instead. Nope, they didn't fall for that this time. They must have gotten word that Travis caught on to them and then humiliated them disparagingly, bigly. So, yeah, these guys think they're clever. Not understanding. It's not literal history, guys. And so they're talking about how Goliath, according to the Hebrew text, is 9 feet 2 inches. But the Greek Goliath version is only 6 foot 9 inches. You missed the whole point. I'm sure you got lots of TikTok views. So good for you, spreading the falsehood around. Making your church so true. They're not Mormon, by the way. It's Christian. So that's enough for that. Even though Stanford... Perfect timing. Last night, after having done the video and I'm checking on the news and checking on other stuff, I find an SNL recommend of Michelangelo's David. The statue. Here's Stanford was that I saw this morning talking about Goliath's statue, Jesus the Christus. But Stanford caught on because it's the same as with the story. The boy David in the story, the armor is too heavy for him, so he's not wearing armor, thus naked. Whereas Goliath is heavily armored, trained, massive height, and experienced killing machine. And yet David, without armor, with just his little sling and his rocks and a hat, yeah, nonetheless, it's not literal history, remember? He slays Goliath. And so yes, Jesus is the false Christ. And the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, despite Joseph Smith and the Kirtland apostasy of Christians who were wrongly converted, pissed that they found out when they go to Kirtland to be gathered by the man with the keys of Moses that they're not Christian, and they want to murder him, chase him out of Kirtland. And nobody can catch on to this when they cover it, and the church is the one who titled it the Kirtland apostasy. Why is it the Kirtland apostasy? Because Christians came to Kirtland as Joseph Smith put out the call after the Kirtland Temple vision in similitude for the Latter-day Gathering. Suck it, or not suck, I keep saying suck it. Pentecost, after Passover. I catch these things because I studied. And thanks to Fiskin, the 5th grade teacher, the very next year, I said, bleep this memorization. I've had enough. I'm out. And so yes, I'm a visionary man now. And so thus I'm able to make these connections when I do research or something comes to mind. I make connections, matching patterns. So yes, the Denmarkian palace also is a fascinating thing, but still nonetheless, evil statue god Jesus. So pay attention in the news. Don't just rely on me, following me every single day, every single video. I don't think I put it in the video this morning. Yesterday it was a 5.7 advertised, or 2 days ago now. It was last night when I was checking, or it was early in the morning or something like that. So none of the local news covered it here in Utah. Bleep you, you Nevadians. Had to find out about it from the national news. 5.7 on the west coast of Nevada. So, very interesting. The midterms. Yeah, bleep you all. Bleep me. So, yep. It has no personal information of me in here. Oh, it does on the backside. Yeah, we all got letters from our lieutenant governor, as Pam Bondi had threatened to sue if lieutenant governor didn't hand over our voter registration rolls, and she refused. And so Pam Bondi is now fired, but they got us another way. They need to know who we are and who we voted for in the past. So you probably got this also in the mail. I did, because they were asking me if I needed to go private. So after I fill that out and send it out, then I get the notification from the lieutenant governor. Yeah, bleep you, Travis. Your information is going to go public regardless of you clicking private. Bleep you, Travis. So yes, Trump will now know in advance where the danger zones are for the midterms, and thus come and shut it down. We already know this. He's been threatening it, and the Antifa press keep forgetting. Why do they have licenses? I will never know. I can remember thanks to Fiskin and my visionary memory. Because the associative memory isn't clicking for people, I guess, so I'll just call it visionary memory. And so, yes, our public voter data will be recognized. They will know who votes Democrat, even if you're not a registered Democrat. So Trump is now going to find out that I did not vote for him in all 3 of his elections. That super sacred secret that I don't want anybody to know, that I didn't vote for Trump in all 3 elections, it's now going to be leaked. And so, will you then be able to find out how I voted in my very first election in 1988? Check it. I dare you. Find out who I voted for ever since then for president. Huh. We're looking. We see your ballot, but that one's blank. Yeah, I don't vote for president. And so my first election, registering to vote for the first time in '88. Bill and Opus for president. Bleep you, America. Give me a president who is willing to sacrifice his life. What was his name? It's a P, right? See, I don't memorize, and so it's visionary. So I can see the guy. I can see that he was a coward. He was given death threats after saying he was going to run for president, and he was running as an Perot. Oh my God, Ross Perot. In '88, he was going to run for president, and I was going, "Oh, awesome, finally," because I had paid attention to the news, learning about this false dichotomy of Democrats versus Republicans, and it's just, oh my hell. And so I caught on, Democrats are immoral and Republicans are criminal, and that surprised my dad that I caught on to that, because, yeah, that's how it used to be. Now they're both. Right, Swalwell? Oh my hell, man. So, yeah, he got threatened, and I lost respect for him after that. Refused to vote for president when he withdrew. I was all excited, a billionaire who's going to fix government as an independent candidate, like the Constitution says we're supposed to have. And so, yeah, with the other elections, whatever, dude, get out of here. So, yes, government is deceiving. There are numerous types of government, and even the ones listed are not accurate. I was really hoping to have this a short video. But Swalwell, man, what the hell? You are in a position of government authority. You don't need to rape and drug women, and yet you did. Because even though he hasn't confessed, because he withdrew his candidacy for governor and resigned in Congress, yeah, he did it. Because otherwise, if he was innocent, yeah, notice what happened after he resigned? Oh, more people come forward. Exactly. If he was innocent, you got to stick it out to the end, because you're defending your honor and reputation against vicious, malicious people who want to destroy you. And yet, because he caved, he's guilty. And now everybody's coming out to get a piece of the pie from the settlements that are expected to happen now. His life is now ruined. And he was a big guy in the Democratic Party. And now he's toast. And Fox is drooling over this one. Yep, they smelled blood, and they pushed it, and then he caved. Just like MSNBC becoming MS Now. Opinion deep fake news. Fox told us we were, so I guess we are, so now we are. Bullying 101. So, I should probably lead into this with a story. So yes, they're also going to replace election officials. They're also going to still cause a red flag event to justify canceling the elections if need be, or do it in certain districts where there's a high Democratic population. Yeah. So pay attention to that. Oil, yeah, Trump's still fooling around, but like I told you the other week, when oil gets to $150 a gallon, or a barrel, whatever it's called, global recession. So pay attention to that. It is not something to just say, oh, it's just fear mongers. No, that's what happens. I saw this in 2008. and warn my government through a petition for a redress of grievances in the state of Utah, which is my First Amendment right. And yet, nonetheless, they covered it up and tried to erase me from history, and then, oops, I was right. I gave a prophecy, and it happened. Wow. And you chose to cover me up and hide me from that, huh? Were you guys co-conspirators for doing that to me? Yes, you were. Yes, you were. Right, YouTube employee? Yes, you are. Co-conspirator? Yes, you are. Google, Microsoft, Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints Strengthening Church Members Committee? Yes, you are. All a bunch of babies. Can't deal with the fact that the church is evil and I'm the one true guy. Sucks to be you. And so, yes, need to pay attention. This is the economy that we have, and it's well established that once it gets to 150 per whatever volume, that we will have a global recession, just like in 2008. Because I saw it. I was a postal service worker out in Draper to the new houses, and I was going, hey, where'd they go? Something's coming. Somebody's coming today. Whoa. So be good, for goodness sakes. Biblical proportions, Mr. Mayor. And so now Nicole Wallace only. Yeah, we're going to go over the news and then we'll do the civilization thing for the rest of the video, in case you hadn't caught on yet, or in case you're still around. Nicole Wallace. She has earned respect, having a baby just the other year. So, yep, she's got my respect. She already had my respect previously, but having a baby, that just solidifies it, carved in stone. And so, she, being a former GOP under Bush, working for his administration, she left under Trump because she doesn't want her kids to be Trumpists. Nonetheless, she was the one who caught on, as I also noticed Stephen Colbert. I made that snapshot, didn't I? Right? There it is. So Colbert and Nicole Wallace. Somewhat new baby mama. I guess it's now toddler mama, maybe, I guess. She's a toddler mama. Do they have that word? I just made it up if there isn't. So are you a toddler mama? So the Late Show fake news alert. Which was similar for the title of Nicole Wallace's video on YouTube. Trump the Antichrist. Headlines. Still, nobody knows. The press, nobody. Nobody caught on. Paula, hello, the seer. He knew. Thank you, Church News. Oh my God. Do your research on those involved in Trump's life. Then you'll understand him. Why is it always me? Why do I have to do everything for everybody? So, yeah. But here, I've already been telling you this from the first term. When he goes to Welfare Square, oh, perpetual 10% or more. Trump, tithing is not used for the food. When you go to the grocery store, you need an ID. This was the first time Trump ever pushed a shopping cart. And so, yes, he thinks it's a grocery store. And the church is lying to him, saying it's tithing from Malachi, not section 119 for Jesus. It's criminal operation. Oh my God. And I catch these things, and everybody else, yeah, whatever, Travis. Oh my God. And so, the rising of the beast in Revelation 13. And they worship the dragon. Oh, I gotta go back further. And I stood upon the sand of the Gazan Sea, and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns. That's a calendar date and clock time, by the way. I'd do it again. I still have to go back and make the picture of it, but I know when. It's when Mars makes it into a Viacus. Because Mars was still above Libra. Which means it's no sun. Because Trump technically is Mercury from going over it back in those days. So he was already in Ophiuchus with the previous chapter. It was 13, right? Before 14, which was Monson's death. Yeah, 3, which gets combined in 4 in the Joseph Smith translation. And there appeared another great wonder in heaven, a great red dragon having 7 heads, 10 horns, and 7 crowns upon his heads. Red, Mars. But the next chapter in 13, this is where he sees Mars as a beast now instead. Just incredible. Incredible. And so, yes, the first one was the 17th of December, 2017. That was when Nelson did the auto pen of Monson to make it official for 11-year-old girls to go to the temple at that time, lowering the age of child brides for when he would resume polygamy in 2019, the very year before their test run in 2020. If you've been following Living Prophet of Jesus, you've passed the test. Did you pass the test, boys and girls? Brothers and sisters? Did you? Dear God, I am awesome. And thus is Coronation Day. Because yeah, I can go back to the records and find the date, because I think it was January. We should have the files. Do we need list of governments? Yeah, eventually. We'll get to it. We may not get to it, because we're already at 1 hour 10 minutes. And it's noon. I'll just do a Playboy gang thing, maybe, I guess, I don't know. I had another video in mind for you guys. So, Jewish calendars, yes. Latter days. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay. January 17th. That's close to about the time. It was the Monday after the weekend. I don't think it was it might have been the Tuesday after the holiday weekend. Gonna have to brave Google again. We're getting near an hour, 14 minutes. We're gonna do it on the same time, Travis. Watch and see. We'll show you who's more criminal. Yeah, you win the criminal thing. I won't compete with you on that. I know you win every time. You got me. You're the bigger criminal. Good job. You want a little sticker or something? A little Playboy bunny sticker? I might want those. Get the pink ones. Mr. Pink. Why do I have to be Mr. Pink? Oh my God. Hilarious. Come on. You want to go before 2021? Come on. I'm going to do it, are you? Fine. 18. Okay, January the 15th. So yeah, he must have done it on the 16th then, which would be right there at the 17th. Let's check. Nelson Press Conference 2018. Buff, buff, buffer, buff, buff, buffer, freeze the thing, buff, buff, freeze, 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 buffer, buff, buffer, buff, freeze. 17th, this YouTube video was the 24th of January. 17th of January for the church in Asia. 16th, there it is. We're pleased to announce to you this morning that President Russell Marion Nelson was set apart as the 17th before the 17th. Oh, I am going to laugh hysterically if the 17th is when Mars is in Vegas. So I guess we can do the second Pentecost for this video. 17 January 2018. Mars. Oh my goodness. or at the tail of the serpent specifically. Tail of serpents. So I think that should be our video. Second Passover, second Pentecost, Nelson exposed for Revelation 13. So let's go back to Revelation 13 for Trump, the beast, that I caught on to. And Russell Marion was always talking about Jesus' second coming, but only Trump was fulfilling it. Sort of. It was used through Paula. Dear God. And there she was at Temple Square and Welfare Square. They don't even try. They don't even try to cover it up anymore. They've got me silenced so they can get away with anything. And Mormons are just too stupid to catch on. And so yes, people worship the beast, and so all of the comic strip, political comics back in those days were evangelicals worshiping the golden cow, Trump, of Aaron with Moses. God. You know, you didn't want to listen to me all these years. You left and went away, disappeared and died. And so, yep, to make war with the saints. Who are the saints? They ain't Christians. Yes, and so I have the playlist, Trump versus Mormons, War Against Mormons, or something like that. For this reason. And to overcome Mormons, power was given him over all kindreds, tongues, and nations. So yes, it's both Nelson and Trump. If any man have an ear, let him hear. Oh, John, you hilariously used Isaiah there. Or the Book of Jesus. Which is fascinating because the Anonymous Mormon sent me a picture about Dan and Shechem. And so yes, it's wild because everybody thinks it's all literal history, and they don't understand that it's all the same story. It's all the same prophecy using a different vision for each of the different stories. But you have yeah, it's the Danites, I believe, or the Shechemites, who believe that Noah's Ark landed on their Temple Mound. One of the five. I'd have to go back and check that. That's what I needed to do research on when I saw that and was thinking about it. But the first actual instance of the location is in the book of Genesis, where the house of Israel goes and meets up with the Shechemites, and the prince of King Shechem rapes Dinah, the female version of Dan. And so several of the brothers, Simeon and Levi at least, I don't know if others were involved, they decide to get revenge and go and tell the king and the people that, well, now that you've raped our sister, you have to become like us, and so you've got to have circumcision. This is all symbolic, not literal history. It has meaning, just like your bodies do, women. Ark of the Covenant, Noah's Ark, on the mount, king, crown, yeah. Symbolism, just like a woman's body has symbolism. You know, earth engulfed with water, the waters part, and the baby comes through on dry ground? Yeah, you too, women. You too. And so they agree, great, we got away with rape. We just have to cut ourselves down there as adult men, not little babies. So of course they're in pain. And so yeah, the brothers then go through and slaughter everybody. And so there are some who believe that that's how they lost their birthright blessing, so that Joseph then can have it. No, it's not literal history. Not literal history. But nonetheless. And so then after that, it would be Moses would be first, so Joshua goes in and conquers the land, and that's where he establishes his base camp for the New Jerusalem, and that becomes the headquarters for Zion, for Joshua, Jesus, the warrior king. Hebrew, remember? No, you don't? You don't know Hebrew? Yeah, Oakes didn't think you knew Hebrew either and thought he could get away with it. Even though he knows I watches all the conferences and do the videos, he knew I would cover it and talk about it and laugh hysterically that he said that we have to love Lucifer, Satan, the adversary. Hilarious. And so the next one, that would be Rehoboam and Jeroboam, because with the second tense, that's where he's doing it from. And so that's his temple headquarters, whereas Jerusalem is Rehoboam's. And then, I don't remember the passage. It was at least a year ago when I went over that with you guys. Whether 2024 or 2025. But the Danites, even though that was not originally part of their territory, divvied out through the story, they then are being told in another story of occupying that temple mound. And so it's the Danite land and the Danite temple with Dan, the god of the Danites, of Amos chapter 8 verse 14. Hilarious. So yes, I make the connections to the Danites in Salt Lake City in their temple here, the only stone temple. If you don't know your scriptures about the temple that's going to be destroyed in the latter days, that's the only stone temple. That happens to be the headquarters temple. I don't think we should speculate. Shouldn't speculate. So, yeah, it's referred to in different times and periods and names and places. And so even though it's not the Shechem land with the Danites or Jesus, the warrior king, or the Danites claiming that it was, or the Shechemites, whoever claimed from Noah's Ark, and Josh, yeah, I covered them all. It's all the same prophecy for the latter days. with the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints in Salt Lake Valley. Just different visions, all the same prophecy, all the same calendar dates and clock times. So anyway, and so yes, he speaks blasphemies. Yeah, both Nelson and Trump were blasphemers. I covered those videos. I did the one video where everybody, including ex-faux-pimos, all complained about laughing about being called lazy learners and lax disciples. You missed the part where he says, "I'm the Antichrist." I didn't miss that. I did the video. Instead, you went to my Oaks video for that conference. Unbelievable. Nonetheless, and blaspheme the name. Yeah, Nelson. I gotta read the titles. I have a whole file of the name videos with the clips. Nelson, church names. Changing the name of the church, devaluing early names to correct with incorrect name, expunge the name of Jesus, leave out name, we discard Jesus and atonement. Man didn't choose the name, was given by Jesus. Mormons afraid to say his name. Name change is a command of Lord. Name of the church not negotiable. Pray in the name of Jesus. The preferred names. Nelson quotes the Danite name. With idol statue god Jesus. Goliath. Represent name of church, not take upon name of Christ. Thus my church will be called. To remove the name is a victory for the adversary. You must love him. Yes. Awesome. You guys just never believed. And his tabernacle, Trump doesn't have a tabernacle. Unless you're talking about the White House. And them that dwell in heaven. And it was given unto him to make war with the saints. Oh, hell yes, he did. He slaughtered many of you. Right, Oaks? In their test run. Bleeper. And power was given him over kindreds and tongues. And, yeah. All that dwell upon the earth shall worship him, whose names are not written in the book of life of the Lamb. Doctrine and Covenants, section 85. The book of the law to go to Zion. Those who want to worship the church with Goliath Jesus, yeah, you ain't coming to Zion. But we're still waiting for the fall, transfer of authority. So, yeah, he leadeth into captivity. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. You listening to this, Oaks? He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. And so you're not using a sword, are you? What are you using, Oaks, to slaughter people? Guess what? Erica found out the hard way now. Here's the faith and patience of the saints. Really? Because I don't see... There's only one who's endured from way back before I began my change. Stanford probably is among those of the next in line. You know, if Child Faith were still around, maybe him. David, he pops in occasionally. David's been around longer than Stanford. Frederick has been around longer, but I haven't heard from Frederick in a couple of years now, so I'm kind of worried about Frederick. Haltens Fieden. But, yeah. Lots of others, as I'm being forced by Gmail to purge my files, or I have to pay up. Bleep you, Gmail. I don't have to pay you anything. You can have me continue on forever without you needing money. You have other ways of making money, and all the advertising alone, you should be getting a whole bunch of money from them. So bleep you and trying to steal my money for a free service that it should be. Anyway. And so another beast had 2 horns like a lamb and spake as a dragon. Is that you, Oaks? He exercises the whole power of the first beast before him. Beware of false prophets who appears with 2 horns, but inwardly they are ravening dragons. And he exerciseth all power, and he doeth great wonders, maketh fire come down from heaven on earth in the sight of men. You're kind of sucking at that, aren't you? I, however, right, Nelson? Oh, you're dead? It's you, Travis, it's you! And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by means of those miracles which he hath power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image. I am the champion, my friends, and he'll keep on smiling or shining or something to the end. I am the champion. I am the champion. And cause that as many as who would not worship will be killed. Yep, I got that video quote from Conference of Yokes. Everybody's going to die, but only the righteous will be resurrected. No man knows the day or the hour, because we're going to run a test run instead in 2020. Oh, you are no match for me. You are no match. Hand it over now. Quit complaining. Quit denying. Oh my God, Mormons. So yes, this is a dualism, but mostly about the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. But yes, the whole thing is to get Trump to do their will. And so yes, Trump likewise, he has his gold statue for CPAC. And so everybody who worships Trump's idol statue god are saved from the death squads of ICE. And so he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, bond and free, to receive the mark in their right hand and in their foreheads, the baseball cap of MAGA. I saw a dark MAGA t-shirt today. Does that mean that you don't want to come out as MAGA? You're in the closet still? You need to come out of the closet to show that you really are MAGA? Because you know that once Trump gets your voter information, he's going to know all the times you didn't vote for him. That no man might buy or sell unless they have an identification card. Just like at the Welfare Square Bishop storehouses. Oh, you need an ID to get groceries, huh? Or the name of the beast. Yep, Trump's card. His signature. For it is the number of the man. 666. There's our theme song. I will return. I run butterfly in the Garda da Vida, baby. Wrong iron. Mingled with clay. Hilarious. Hilarious. Okay. So this is the alternative video for you guys then. Hour and a half. So civilization building, we'll have to wait for another time. So did I get everything else? Landscapers are given tips on water use. They're the ones that cause the problem in the first place because they need money. The actual retailers of the plumbing supplies, where the landscapers buy it anyway from, and thus have to charge higher prices for you when you get your landscaping done with the sprinkler systems. They purposely overwater your lawns. So what these landscapers are instead doing are telling you how to water effectively with what they already sabotaged you with. And so if the news, and I don't know who it was, this was last, so it's probably ABC4 News. Sarah, hello? Huh? I'm right here. Come on. I'm waiting. I'm an expert landscaper. I worked for Roger the Shrubber. Yeah. From Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Roger the Shrubber. That's him. I work for him. Up in Alberta, in Lethbridge. And Roger... Is it Roger Stein? Can't remember his last name now. Anyway, it was the summer before I went to the University of Lethbridge. And it was very clear to me, as he was an honest employer, whereas others were trying to steal his work, as they were sloppier, newer to the whole thing, not professionals like he was. He's a top guy in the Western North America on shrubberies. Nonetheless, it was pointed out that you don't have to overlap the sprinkler sprays. That's what most landscapers do. Now, yes, you have to factor in for the environment. If it's prone to high winds, yeah, you've got to compensate for that with the sprinkler systems. So that the sprinklers, if they go on during a brisk wind, will still be able to cover the grass that is supposed to be covered. Because otherwise you end up getting bald spots that doesn't get watered and blah, blah, blah. So there's an art form to getting this correctly done that I'm aware of. And so that knowing first and foremost that the landscapers, and thus if you were to have the actual parts places do a design for you, they will do the same thing. So that way you overwater. However, if you know how to take care of this, it's easy to design your sprinkler systems by putting them at the different spacings to not have much overlapping. Obviously you need a little bit, but not to the extent that they typically do for you. And so when I moved down to Utah, got dumped, my dad, in the house that was supposed to have been built, and it wasn't, they expected me to do all the work. Seriously, I've got a new family. You're trying to help us out financially by giving us the basement apartment that wasn't even finished. The house wasn't even finished. We had to stay with my parents in their Kearns apartment until the house was finished. And then they didn't even have the basement finished. Oh my hell. Yeah, it was all a trap to get me down to do all the work for them. Carpenter's son of a carpenter's son, and the carpenter didn't want to do the job. I've got a young family. I'm working overtime for the church at the distribution center. And I'm in my spare minute per day, I'm trying to decipher Paleo-Hebrew. And all during this time, there's no finished basement. Dear God. And with that asbestos insulation, yeah, I'm breaking out bigly. Massive boils all over my body. Dear God. I am allergic. Nonetheless. Just a nightmare. And then the bathroom, oh my hell, he had to create an, oh God, Dad, what are you doing? Why didn't you just ask me first since you wanted me to do it all? So yeah, the landscaping. He had a lump, and instead of fixing it, he tried to work with it. So nonetheless, he was going over the sprinkler systems, and yeah, he was told by the company of the design to use, and I went and looked at that. Oh, no, dear God, Dad. Let me revise it for you. So I revised it for him and saved him over $1,000. And that was just for the piping and all of the sprinklers that I saved him $1,000 on. And then plus the water usage, all the thousands monthly or yearly that he saved from water usage. And, dear God, and he still goes and betrays me. That's the things I get for being in a family. So nonetheless, yeah, don't fall for that con, guys. And then still, they're tricking you into saying, oh, we're in the desert, so we need to have rock gardens and astroturf and stuff that doesn't use water, because that'll fix the problem. We'll get right back to being the best snow on earth. No, you're helping to perpetuate a desert-like condition. They knew what to do, they refused to do it, and they're blaming you, and they're punishing you. which would have been perfect going over the civilization. Nonetheless, I went and got all the pictures for it too. So teens are getting recruited to be computer hackers. I already knew this. I was very suspicious that school workers for the grade schools, a principal, the janitor, the bus driver, teachers, they're finding child porn on their cell phones. Teens know how to hack. They know how to cyber terrorize. Did anybody think to check? Where did it come from? Was it them? You should be able to know. It should be in their history. You didn't check, did you? You just assumed that kids wouldn't do it to get rid of them because the bus driver was mean one day. Or you just don't like the way the teacher looks, giving you an F on your Idaho report. So yes, now it's a major national crisis of recruiting teens to be computer hackers. Apparently it's not that hard to be a computer hacker. I wouldn't know. I flunked DOS. Well, we don't use DOS anymore, Travis. Well, I know, but still, I have got a file from Schwarzenegger's lawsuit against the church in 2008 that I can't get off my computer. Corporation of the Presiding Bishop of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints et al., appellants, versus Christine J. Amos et al., United States. Appellate versus Christine J. Amos et al., Supreme Court, U.S. Law, Lil Legal Information Institute. PDF. I downloaded it, and there was a cyber attack with it downloading, and it's stuck there frozen in this file, in my video file. And yeah, I know I need to do the pop-up thing where I type in information to delete it. It didn't work. Surprised I didn't say, well, clear your cache. Bleep you. So I know it can be done. It's not according to the examples that people are giving. And so it's stuck there. God. So, ICE death camps, 47 dead. Remember? Over with it. So yeah, I'm now officially over 10.3K videos. See, I know. It's just that time where I start going, I'm probably getting close to the next amount of views or videos. Okay, midterms, oil, Nicole Wallace, Swalwell. Bondi, she bailed on her deposition on Epstein to protect the Church of Jesus Christ, who are in the Epstein files, murdering little girls, sex trafficking for Jesus. KUTV 2, Sergeant Nick Tobler flirting with the young female reporter. What the hell, guy? What's going on? I saw that as a thumbnail picture, and I'm just like, what are you doing? You're a police officer. Stop it. You've already got problems, and yet... Well, that's a very good question, little girl. I would like to spend more time with you. Maybe we can go to dinner and talk about it. They look like they could be related, too. Every Mormon looks like they could be related, and they most likely are. Nonetheless, yeah, I noticed they didn't. Well, this is KUTV 2. What wouldn't be? But, you know, they still could have sent out Sarah for ABC4. I'm sure they have biker gangs out there too. Or the new Playboy gang, who are now in Utah. And so, yeah, stocks rose because of the pump and dump, and everybody can't figure it out anymore. Another Mormon, father and son, murder-suicide at Elko Airport. It's gonna break me. Oaks, again, has blood on his hands. Because there's always money involved. Parent doesn't just decide, everything's going great, let's kill myself and kill my kids too. Always money troubles. And because of the money troubles, that's why these parents think that there is no recourse. Because technically there isn't any. Under this government, there is no recourse. Under this economy, there is no recourse. The church made sure of it. They stole the water to cause this drought. They got the government to make the business deals so that you have to pay for it. The oil crisis? Yeah, the church. Insider war profiteering trading. The church makes money while you suffer. Did you not learn that from the 2020 test run? And this Salt Lake Tribune came out for last year's stats. That's why I made the picture. That's why every single video now, I was inspired after learning the new stats from conference. I am now being told, did you put in the storehouse picture that I had you make, Travis? Yeah, I'll stop the video and put that in and resave it. Yeah, God is pissed. He's furious with Oaks. Furious with this church. And Oaks thinks he's just going to defy it? Come out and say, love Satan? And I just went over Revelation 13. So, bleep you for sabotaging my Adobe Maker for PNGs. So, take this, what I'm about to do for you here. And so, yeah, I told you about Erica. I'm the only one who knew. Apparently everybody forgot. The whole world now knows she's the prime suspect because they know the case is getting blown to shreds. The actus reus does not exist in this case. They've purposely destroyed the evidence. They've purposely tampered with the evidence. They've planted evidence. Everybody knows this. This whole case is burning down in flaming poo. And Mormons are at the center of the attention of all this. The Mormon prosecution, the Mormon governor, the Mormon senators. And there's the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints lurking in the background. And people are going, hey, why is Erica making all this money off of her husband's death when she should be mourning? She is well taken care of with her husband's death in and of itself, and yet she's still trying to get more money, huh? And now she's being used for the Neo-Epstein files by going into all of the grade schools and high schools and middle schools across the whole nation and even into Canada, from sea to shining sea, so that the predators may recruit the little kids for the new Epstein files. Because remember, there were thousands of those predators that didn't get caught and exposed because of Bondi. You know, like the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Do you think that they just stopped and turned off their little factories? That they're no longer interested? Of course they're still interested. Of course they're still multi-billionaires. Of course they found someone else to traffic the girls. For anybody to not think that that's an issue anymore, you are living in fantasy land. And so Erica is now being used. The Huckabees were the big example that got exposed on this. Sarah Huckabee, the governor, with her daddy, who was involved with something similar to this. So yes, Erica being put in that state, yeah, it was sending red flags to everybody. And so as Tyler Robinson's case just gets shredded, especially after the James Bauer of America quitting, everybody is now turning their heads to Erica, going, what did you do? And she's in the files too. They're protecting her. She doesn't want to claim to be a victim. She enjoyed it. Alright, so, yeah, still clueless about Paula. Dear God, so easy. AIMD is causing harm. Yeah, no duh. You're not supposed to impersonate a medical doctor. AI impersonating a medical doctor is a violation of federal laws. The companies can now be sued for medical information, pretending to be medical doctors when they're not. Anybody going to start? Or do you not think about it? You need to be suing these AI companies. Shutting down Google, shutting down YouTube, shutting down social media, shutting down the sites that are using AI, claiming to be professionals when they're not. Giving you false information, linking you to not professional people. Shut down AI before it's too late. And so extremist politics and the press. Yeah, that's supposed to be for the civilization thing. But yeah, it's a false dichotomy argument. Nobody cares to know other options. You know, you're either Antifa or you're MAGA. There is no other option available in the Constitution. You know, like a constitutional republic. Of which America has never followed. So, send me a date of, well, especially if you're a female. If you're a female and you're still listening, you're rare, because YouTube says you're not listening. And women don't listen to my channel who are younger than me. So it's only those in the Strengthening Church Members Committee who are my age and above who are female, committing cyber terrorism against me. Right, Max C. and Mary? Oh, God. Okay. Second Pentecost was what all this was about. 2 hours. Crap.